In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at creating a branch logic or differentiated form using Google Forms. What branch logic means is that the form content will change depending on the responses made by the individual completing your form. Let's see an example. So I've got one set up here. What is your favorite color? If you choose red and continue, then the question that will follow is, why do you prefer red? It's vibrant. And you can submit. Let's drop another one in there and choose blue. And continue. Why do you prefer blue? Reminds me of the ocean. And submit. I'll show you how to build this. In a separate tutorial, we'll talk about how this can be used for differentiated and supported instruction. But for now, let's get down to the mechanics of building this out. So I'm logged into Google Drive, into my account. I click on Create and Form. Same style as usual. And this is going to be a survey about pet preference. Keep it simple for now. And what type of pet do you prefer? All right, option 1, dog. Option 2, cat. Great. All right, so we're done with this one. I need to add another question though. But first, this question is going to be on a separate page in the form. So before I can add my question, I go to Add Item and select Page Break. Now, this is the dog page. And on the dog page, now I can add a text box. Why do you prefer dogs? And done. Great. I need to add another item to handle the branch logic that comes off of the cat preference, people. So once again, add item, page break, cats, done. Add item, text. Why do you prefer cats? Done. All right. So we have our core question related to preference, and then we have our 2 sub-questions that will follow after the branching logic. So now we need to set up the branch itself. So I'm going to go back and edit the top question. Here's where it counts. Under my core question, what type of pet do you prefer? We need to say go to a page based on the answer. So I will check that box, and now you notice I have more options next to each of my answer possibilities. So if they select dog, I want them to continue to page 2, dogs. If they select cats, I want them to continue to page 3, related to cats. And done. So we've taken care of that. Now, what's going to happen after they submit a question or a response related to dogs? This is something you need to make sure you change in Google Forms. After page 2, which is the dog page, I want them to submit the form. If I don't change this, it will continue on and say, hey, now why do you prefer cats? We want the sequence to go, which pet do you prefer and why? And that's the end. Now, as far as the cats, it's the last question in our series of 2 sub-questions, so I don't have to tell it to submit. It's automatically going to do that. So let's now go to View Live Form on the top menu bar and see how we did. Which type of pet do you prefer? I prefer a dog. Continue. Why? Active. And submit. Now let's take the cat route. Honor the cat people out there. Continue. I choose cat. Why do you prefer cats? Peaceful. Submit. And now you've seen how those 2 branches work. What does it look like in the data? Great question. I'm back to my edit window, and at the top of any Google form you can always click on View Responses. And what we have here are the 2 responses that we just entered. What type of pet do you prefer? The dog folks and the cat folks, and you can see those 2 distinctions being made. So think about how this can be used for differentiating instruction based on the responses that are given within your survey. This can also be used just to collect more detailed information. If you're surveying 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, and a 9th grader indicates, I'm in the 9th grade, then that survey can go off in a different direction and perhaps ask, what school did you attend last year? For 10th through 12th, you're not going to ask them what school they attended last year because it was likely Drake High School. So consider how this can be used. In future tutorials, I'll give some solid examples of using this differentiated type of form in the real world. Thanks for watching. As always, questions or comments, put them below where it says comments. And thanks.